In this lesson, we're going to be adding some exaggeration to the stem and buds. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to start with my very first little path here, just that FS1 outline. And what I'm going to do is come back about 3 frames from the first section of keys here. On this last key, we'll just move back 3 frames. So I'll hit page up 3 times. And what I want to do is copy and paste this same key, which is bringing it to its full extension here on that little stem. So I'll just hit Control-C, Control-V to cut and paste. And then what I want to do is come in here and actually move this to be a little bit longer and taller than it ends up being. So that's going to add just a little bit of an exaggeration to that. So if I select that path, I can come over here and hold Shift, grab all those little vertices, and we'll pull this up just a little bit higher. So it's going to look like that. Okay? Let's see if that's too fast or if we need maybe more than 3 frames for that stem. Okay, so not bad, maybe a little bit more. So let's actually give it 2 more. So that's going to be 5 back. And now what I want to do is also easy ease all of those. So I'm going to select them all and hit F9, or I can right click, go to my keyframe assistant, which looks like it's getting cut off here. So you can also get to that same thing by coming up to Animation, Keyframe Assistant, and choosing Easy Ease. You'll just want to have the keyframes selected. Okay, so that's going to give you that same look. All right, so now, beautiful. Okay, so let's add that to our other 3 stems. So I'll select the other stems, hit the U key to bring up their keys, go to the last key of the group of keys, go back 5 frames. We'll select that last key, hit Control-C, Control-V to cut and paste it, and then we'll zoom in here to add that slight extension. Just selecting all those pieces, all those vertices, and pulling that up. Then we'll select them all the keys, go to Animation, Keyframe Assistant, and choose Easy Ease, which you can also shortcut to by hitting F9. Okay, last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll cut and paste that last key, or copy and paste rather. And then we'll just want to toggle that down so we can get to the path, Shift select the vertices, and add the extension. And then I'll hit F9 with all the keys selected to smooth it. Beautiful. Okay, now let's do the same little type of exaggeration for the buds. So I'm going to come down a little bit further. And this one probably don't need the full 5 frames because they are on a shorter time span. There's only 20 frames for the animation to happen. So we'll go back 3 this time. So I'll hit page down or page up 3 times. Grab that last key, hit Control-C, Control-V, and then I'm just going to scale it up to like 102%. Okay, so barely larger, but that's going to make a nice little difference. Now we may want to make it slightly bigger than that, but let's go ahead and Easy Ease them by selecting, going to Animation, Keyframe Assistant, Easy Ease, and let's just see how it looks when it's playing back. So probably could use a little bit more. Let's try something on that key more like 105. Okay. That's a little more visible. Okay, so let's just repeat the process for our last 2 buds. We'll go to the last keyframe of the group, go back 3 frames, grab the final key, Control-C, Control-V, and we'll put in a 105. Same for the last bud, back 3 frames. Put in a 105, or you can copy and paste the keyframe. That is better for the stems, but for this one, since we know an absolute value we're putting in, it makes it a little bit easier to not have to cut and paste. Then select all the keys, go to Animation, Keyframe Assistant, and choose Easy Ease. Great. So now let's watch that back. And I'm going to watch the whole thing, so I'll pull this back a little bit further. Just hit that 0 key. Very, very nice. So it kind of slowly starts to unfurl and then goes faster and faster as the flowers grow. Really, really beautiful. Really, really nice. Okay, the next thing that I want to do is start to create a little bit of sway for these flowers. So instead of them just kind of popping up the way that they are, I want them to look maybe like there's a very slight breeze blowing. And so I want the stem and the bud to have a little bit of a rotation from where it attaches to the leaf. So let's come back in the next lesson and I'll teach you how to create a sway for those flowers to make it look like there's a breeze.